Howdy folks, it's Thursday. We're going to be doing a draw today for something that's, wow, it's just rolled out, brand new tool. You don't get that every day around here, right? You do here at Coffee and Tools. Meantime, a couple of weeks ago, it was yard sale hopping on a weekend, and I got myself a Craftsman Workbench for, I think it was, yeah, $10. So I did some film clipping on the repairs, refurbish, whatever, so I'll just show you that real quick, and then we're going to get over some other topics today. Wow. This is an old Craftsman Workbench, and it was at a yard sale early this morning, and we picked it up for $10. So it's going to need some restoration, but I'm going to show you maybe a couple tricks with this deal. Yeah, and this was a good buy. Got another one for you. I'm going to show you the other item that I picked. Same yard sale. Same yard sale. Another great deal. This was picked up $30. It needs quite a bit of cleaning. It's got a little bit of rust on it. Not too much, but clean it up, and it's still a good toolbox. And for $30, and this is it's a 6-drawer total, which is pretty cool because the one I have right now that I use personally is a 5-drawer. So this is actually a bigger unit, so I might even switch them out or something after I get this cleaned up. Let's take a look inside this mess, and I'll show you how bad it is in here. It ain't pretty. Got the door open, and you can see the cobwebs and all the nasty in here. The fella did put a piece of plywood across the back, sort of reinforce the cabinet. So I think there should have been metal back there at one time. I don't think that's stock. Comment in the description below if you know what's supposed to be back there on the back side, but it's got plywood right now, and there's a metal sheath on the outside, so I'm not really sure where that's at. The drawers are kind of filthy, but mostly just garbage. A little bit of paint missing off this drawer. So, and same thing here, just some basic garbage, but really nothing that bad. In fact, the bottoms are usually rotted out pretty bad. And I see a little bit of rust starting up, but it's really not that bad. And generally what I do with these, a lot of times I'll mount them up on a piece of 2x4 to increase the height of the desk anyways, because they've always, in my opinion, they've always been a little too low for a work area. So raising it with a couple 2x4s under the feet, it just seems like that's always been a good answer to get the right height. We've already got a yellow jacket wanting to move in here. Yeah. Good deals, but got to do a little bit of cleanup and overhaul. So I'll clean them up and then I'll show them to you. And when I bring stuff home like this, first thing I do is hit it with the airline at 100 pounds of pressure and just go over and just try to get all the loose and garbage and debris out of them before I get into any kind of cleanup work, anything heavy. Next, after this, I'll just brush it, and at that point determine, you know, what needs to be painted or sanded or what we're going to do at that point. You know, one of the things that was wrong here was this lock kept sticking across here. And when I got the toolbox up and I'm taking a look at it right here, he's got old blades that are jammed into the lock back here. And this is part of the problem, so try to fish these out of here. And they're jammed in good too. Oh, there we go. Get that one. Yeah, I'll just get rid of these blades. Yeah, so total here now, whoops, I just dropped one. Yeah, we got 3 of these blades. I guess they'll go in the garbage can, but they were all jammed in behind the locks over here, which was causing the toolbox to have quite a bit of trouble when it was opening and closing. Cheapest, and I think I need a rag. Man, that thing is filthy. Whew. There's only 4 standard screws that hold this together. They're one in there, one up here, another one here, and here. They're in real tight, but they're just little tiny standard, when I say standard, I mean flathead driver type screws, like old school, whatever. I'm gonna take a look at this because it's in pretty bad shape. It may not be doable, but usually what you could do with some of these benches when they got really bad is just flip them and turn them over like this, and you have a nice fresh new area of top to work with. This is still oil soaked right through, so the guy was using this bench was really dropping a lot of oil on it, but I think that will look a little bit better than what he had on here. Yeah, it still looks pretty raunchy, but it's a workbench. So I'll leave this off, brush, clean up, get all the cobwebs out of the way, and then we'll put the drawers back, we'll put the top on and put the drawers back in, and put this on 2x4s on the feet, and it'll still make a pretty decent little workbench. Even if it's just thrown in a corner of my barn right now, it's still a good workbench to put something on, you know? So after flipping the top, I've taken a tape measure and gone around to try to square it off the cabinet. But at this point, we're going to put the screws in and get the drawers back in, clean them up a little more with some soap and water, the whole cabinet except the top, which I'm hoping the top will hold because he's really got there's oil soaked right through the top. Okay, a little crappy, but that's the finished look for the time being. The only other thing we got to do yet is put some 2x4s. So the next part of this whole process, I want this thing up on some 2x4s, and raises the height 1.5 inches, which is good. But the first thing I have to do is get this out of the way so I can drill down through. There's a little bit of a, I guess we'll call it a little rolled edge on the bottom of these cabinets, the same as the other one I have in my shop. And I drill through that and just drive some nice, you know, 1 inch or so wood screws into the 2x4s. Now, when you do that, you want the 2x4 centered with this outer end here. So obviously this is totally wrong. So I will move the 2x4s over like about center like that on each side, and then I'll be driving through. So what we'll be doing here is I've got the plate of 2 bolts out of here, flip the plate up a little bit, loosen the back bolts, of course. And I'm just going to drill out this flange a little bit with 2 holes back here, drive screws into these 2x4s, and that way these 2x4s will become, you know, part of the cabinet. Wow, there it is. A couple of crazy notes though. I ended up putting a piece of plywood on the top. I could not get rid of the smell of oil. It was a really nasty stench, and when I brought it in here, it could still smell it. So I ended up taking that top off and just, you know, we're doing away with it. And meantime, I just screwed down a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that was roughly about just a little bit smaller. Same idea though. So it's got a workable top now that's clean enough that I can put something up here and I don't have weird oil in my hands. But also on the 2x4, so you know, it's be a good bench because I can put my batteries up here as I get this solar package tied in to where we'll have like a little charging and emergency power station here at some point. Really was never the plan. Just a couple of weeks ago, found this cabinet and said, hey, I can always use a tool cabinet. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing. Sometimes you find something at a yard sale like that, great price, but you don't think you need it, you don't really want it, and you end up using it. Wow, you know, turns out to be very useful. Both of them, maybe, I don't know. The people over at Gulu, they sent this power pack in, and we did a review on it, and it's kind of a cool item. This is actually comes part of the package, but it plugs into the cigarette lighter part of the Gulu, and it has a little 110 outlet that's up to 150 watt. But it's a power pack. It can be charged off a USB. It can be charged off like a solar package or something. I wanted to show you the charge off a solar package, but we're not going to be able to do it with this particular unit the way it is. So we're going to do something else later on down the road, but it will not be with the Gulu. It'll be with somebody else's. But in the meantime, I thought I would just go ahead and let's see. I'll plug this 4 foot LED fixture in. I'll turn the power pack on. And yeah, boom, just like that. You know, it's like you've got light, and that, I don't know how long that will last. Right now it's showing about let's say around 55 watts of power is being drained. And this thing isn't fully charged, but it's at 95%. So it would probably last, I mean, hours upon hours to keep this light going. And it's just a really nice little portable power pack from Gulu. Links will be provided in the description below where you can go look at this. The GP 3000, I think, is the number on this one. And yeah, we'll shut her off, unplug it. And it's just something that they had mentioned it, and I thought, you know, yeah, we probably should have showed somebody that just to show them what can be done with a little power pack like this, whether you take it to hiking, camping, or if you have a little one of those portable tents in stores or something, you set up a craft thing or something like that even. It's nice to have a power pack like this where you don't need to plug a 110 line in or anything. It's like, I've got my own, you know, I've got this right here. Yeah, awesome. Hey, all right, gang, it's the favorite part of my day, giving something away. What are we giving away this week? We're giving away the DEPSTECH Cordless Rotary. Just rolled it out a couple of weeks ago. In fact, the link was only good about a week ago, and they already had like a special deal on it, whatever. But it charges out on a USB, comes with a whole bunch of nice little accessories for a rotary tool. So yeah, it's a nice item. In fact, whoever gets this, believe me, you'll be the first one on the street that owns this baby. Yeah. So let's get the tickets in the coffee jar, and we're gonna pick. This is all the people that put their names in this past week. Couple of notes here. We only had about 53 entries, and I'm not sure what the deal is with that, because I like to see lots of entries. You know, a couple of hundred is usually what we see week to week for most things. So this was a little disappointing, especially because it's such an unusual tool. You know, that just rolled it out, brand new tool. I thought, oh, you know, a lot of people would be interested. Wrong, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna mix it up and put the lid on it, and you know, give the old coffee cup a few shakes. And let's see who got something here. Just pull out a tickie. Alrighty, we got one. Okay, let's see who we got. Oh, okay. Good old. Oh man, I just think I talked to him just a few weeks, about a week ago or something about something. Anyway, Thorn, over there in San Diego, California. Yeah, you're the one with all the solar panels, I believe. Yeah. Good God. I try to keep this fair and square, so we got to send it to you. You are getting the brand new DEPSTECH Rotary Cordless. Yes! Awesome tool. And I got to thank DEPSTECH again for sending that over. There will be a link provided in the description below where you can find this puppy. And congratulations. And it's actually, I guess he probably pronounces it Tom, but it's spelled T-H-O-M, Thom. But I'm thinking Tom. I hope I didn't butcher that. Probably did. Anyways, now we're gonna get to next week's, next Thursday's giveaway. Yes, we have something. Oh, you know it. Yeah, just the other week I was trying to get the DB rating on this particular saw and just show it to you. And unfortunately, we didn't have something like this around at that time, but I do now, so I'm gonna turn it on. It also tells you that the temperature, you can get it in Celsius or degrees, you can set it. And right now it's about 85 degrees in here and getting warm. Getting warm, yeah. Oh, anyway, the sound meter in general is showing somewhere, averaging around 50 dB or something right now with just me talking. But I'm gonna turn the bandsaw on, and I wanted you guys to hear this because it's showing about 75. Like I said, it's loud, but it's not loud, you know. I can get louder than this bandsaw. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, 73. It's kind of jumping around a little bit, but just wanted you to see that because it's a handy little item to have, and it's a really neat little sound meter. Also, there's I'll mention it about 6 times. It's the sale price on this right now. 2-speed, well worth looking at. Okay, so next Thursday, we're going to give away one of these fabulous little sound meters. Handy for if you're around engines or power tools or anything you're questioning. You can check the sound levels on it immediately and see where you're at. Just if you're a sound engineer, whatever, you know, you get a sample of whatever it is you're checking on. It's a sound meter and it's easy to use, so I always like easy to use. Also has the temperature in here for some reason, and I was reading today it's 84 degrees in my garage. Whew, yeah, I almost didn't want to know that. Yeah. So TopTes, how do we get in on this? Well, you're going to email to ctrewards@gmx.com, and just 1 entry per household. Now in the subject line, this is going to be a tough one, okay? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, TopTes. I'll spell it out for you anyways right there so you can see it, but TopTes in the subject line. That way we know that's what it's for. And in the body of the email, just your name and address only, like you're doing a postal return address, anything like that. That's all. And that's all we need. That's it. And you can be wherever you want to live, you know, just do it. But yeah, 1 entry per household, and somebody is going to get themselves a handheld sound meter from TopTes. A real cool little item. And I hope everybody, you know, tell you what, even if you don't want this, go ahead and put your name in anyways, right? We didn't get a lot of entries this last week, and it was kind of disappointing. Yeah, it kind of let me down a little bit. But at the same time, it was like, well, maybe it's just something that not everybody wants it, and they just decided I'm going to just pass on that one or something. I don't know. The items we give away week to week will be whatever it is that we're reviewing in most cases. And we reviewed this a couple of weeks ago. Just a real quick review on it because It's not an expensive one. I'll tell you what, I will put a link in the description below where you can find this, the span saw, and the rotary, anything we showed today. Anyways, I'll put links in the description below where you can find some of this stuff. Meantime, I'm out of here. Hey, thank you for watching Coffee and Tools. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring the notice bell so you don't miss giveaways like this. And I'm out of here. Yeah. Over and out.